Right, it's really important that we recognize the distraction method of the Republican Party and especially MAGA around the Trump's camp. Recently, we've been hit by a lot of that stuff. When the first, Butler incident with the, ear growing back, that whole PR stunt, when that happened, there was fundraising, there was everything else. Recently, there was a second attempt. I wonder if he's going to come out with another set of shoes for this one. But it was a gunshots in the vicinity of, and then all of a sudden it was someone hiding in a bush. And then it was, oh yeah, it was an attempt on his life, second attempt on his life, when the guy was like 400 or 500 yards away. 400 yards is 4 football fields. That's sharpshooter type of stuff, if that's what he was going for. So the exaggerations get put into this play of let's rile up the base and, oh, by the way, I'm going to throw out another fundraiser because there's an excuse to. And within hours after that incident, there was a fundraiser up, which is just ridiculous, which is absolutely ridiculous. Then we have the Haitians eating dogs and cats in Springfield, Ohio. We have the Venezuelan gangs taking over the apartment buildings in Aurora. We have these waves of migrants coming over the border in Texas. And at this particular area, this is where Biden refused to do anything. So Abbott had the natural, all that was all an act. It was all fake. And now, I guess there's Venezuelan gangs taking over apartment buildings in New York City now, apparently. I want you to pay attention to this. This is from an interview yesterday with the vice president candidate, J.D. Vance, discussing exactly these stories. Listen to what he actually says. And then he repeats himself and says it again. So I don't want to hear this anyone misspoke bullshit. This is what they're doing. Republicans need to recognize that, especially the MAGA version. Here we go.
I have to,
but it
if
wasn't
I have
just
to
a meme,
create stories so that the American media actually pays attention to the suffering of the American people, then that's what I'm going to do, Dana, because you guys are completely letting Kamala Harris coast. Talk about pushing back against me, Dana. You didn't push back against the fact that she cast the deciding vote on the Inflation Reduction Act.
You just said that you're
creating
creating a
story about public policy.
Sir, you just said that you're creating the story.
What's that, Dana?
You just said that this is a story that you created. So then the eating dogs and cats thing is not
We are creating, Dana, I say that we're creating a story, meaning we're creating the American media focusing on it.
All right, so to recap, we had that big, huge caravan, thousands of people coming through that little park in Texas, and that's why everyone was up in arms, and all those truck drivers just headed to the border, and when they got there, they found absolutely nothing. Venezuelan gangs in Aurora, Colorado. The Hells Angels are going to take care of it themselves since the U.S. government's not going to take care of it. They're going to a biker rally an hour or so away. But the MAGA story was this big, dramatic, like, we're going to get them. And the memes and the misinformation and all that crap. And again, it doesn't exist. Now the cats and the dogs and the Haitian immigrants. There was one video with a woman who was mentally disturbed, who had a deceased cat, wasn't seen eating it, had it like literally in her hands. It showed on the video, nothing in her teeth, not blood all over her face like a zombie, none of that. And were you eating this cat? And she didn't answer. She was nuts. She was known as the town crazy lady. From America. Not Haitian, not an immigrant, not illegal, nothing. Again, debunked. The woman who put the Facebook post out saying, my daughter's friend's sister's uncle's cat's hairdresser's dog walker said, put out another post saying there was no verification of this. I just posted it. It wasn't true. Everything admitted it was bullshit. And now there's Venezuelan gang members taking over apartment buildings in New York City. And how many times, people? You know, the Butler assassination attempt, and it blew my whole ear off, and it regrew faster than anything a surgeon has ever seen in his life. It was a miracle because I'm that good. When are you going to call bullshit? When are you going to just say, hey, dude, stick to the policy. Tell me what you're going to do for me. When are you going to ask the important questions? And when are you going to stop getting so riled up and angry about these bullshit stories that if you apply any logic to whatsoever, you know they're not true? I don't get it. Use your head. This country that you pretend to love so much, this country demands it. Use your head, not just as a red hat rack.